Quantum Management, the Observer Effect in Organizations. Hi, let's talk about something fascinating, how simply observing a system changes it. In quantum physics, the observer effect shows that the act of measuring a particle alters its state. This same principle applies to leadership and organizations. The way leaders perceive, engage with, and direct their attention within a company actively shapes behaviors, outcomes, and team dynamics. I've seen teams transform simply because leadership started paying attention differently. When managers focus only on metrics and deadlines, employees feel like their value is measured solely by output, leading to short-term thinking, disengagement, and burnout. But when leadership shifts its focus to collaboration, innovation, and personal growth, teams start working differently. People respond to what is being observed and valued. The reality is that leadership perception is never neutral. If a leader consistently expects problems and failure, teams start operating defensively, avoiding risks, and minimizing creativity. If leadership is only concerned with controlling inefficiencies, teams start optimizing for avoiding mistakes rather than driving progress. But when leaders intentionally observe curiosity, adaptability, and creative problem solving, they create a culture where teams are empowered to think beyond immediate execution. I've seen managers unknowingly reinforce unwanted behaviors simply by what they choose to focus on. If leaders only recognize output, teams may prioritize speed over quality. If leaders only highlight top performers, collaboration may suffer as others feel undervalued. But when leadership makes a conscious effort to observe and appreciate the right things, teamwork, knowledge sharing, creative solutions, those behaviors flourish. Quantum leadership isn't just about watching, it's about choosing what to observe and influence intentionally. The real question is, are we shaping the culture we want, or are we unconsciously reinforcing behaviors that limit our teams? Quantum management, parallel thinking, and multidimensional decision-making. Traditional decision-making often falls into binary thinking, either-or choices, win-loss outcomes, right versus wrong approaches. But in a world of complexity, leaders who think this way limit their options and miss valuable perspectives. Quantum management embraces parallel thinking, considering multiple possibilities, outcomes, and perspectives simultaneously. I've seen organizations get stuck in decision paralysis because they feel forced to pick between two extremes. Should they optimize for speed or quality? Prioritize innovation or stability? Invest in short-term results or long-term strategy? The best leaders reject the false choice and look for multidimensional solutions. They ask, how can we do both, instead of choosing one over the other? Parallel thinking requires stepping outside of personal biases and rigid structures to explore alternative perspectives. The most successful leaders don't just seek input from one or two trusted voices. They actively engage diverse stakeholders, challenge their own assumptions, and explore multiple possibilities before making decisions. This leads to richer discussions, smarter risk-taking, and better long-term results. I've seen firsthand how teams thrive when leaders think in dimensions rather than straight lines. Instead of forcing a single solution, they map out multiple pathways, anticipate challenges in advance, and create space for experimentation. They view decisions not as fixed endpoints, but as evolving processes that can be refined over time. In a rapidly changing world, the best leaders are not those who make the fastest decisions, but those who see the full landscape, adapt dynamically, and embrace complexity. The real question is, are we narrowing our choices to fit outdated decision models, or are we expanding our thinking to unlock new possibilities?